What's up, guys? I got another video for you, and this is kind of a bad video, I guess. I don't know. I screwed up, made a mistake, and I guess you live and learn, but it's not good, and I just want to show you guys before it gets taken. So Friday night I had a fire out here, I suppose. Maybe that's what happened, but it actually rained that night and the next day. And I took a old piece of old dresser of mine or whatever, brought it up and took the dresser out of my truck, put it in the fire pit, and not maybe 10-15 minutes later, because back here in this backyard of mine, not really supposed to be back here. I had to burn some of the yard waste just because I didn't have enough in the bin. So I was like, you know what? I'll just have a little fire. I'll burn the yard waste, and that'll kind of give me a reason to be back here without getting yelled at from my landlord. And so I came up here. I had the fire on Friday. Just kind of hung out. It was by myself for the most of it, and then one of my buddies came over and we hung out for a little bit, and everything seemed fine. The next day rolls around and I went and grabbed the dresser from inside my house because I was just tired of looking at it, because it's just an old dresser and I just wanted to get rid of it. So I was like, you know what, I'll just take it out here because a couple of my friends are gonna come over. We were gonna have a little fire. Just because we had already had the fire on Friday, I was like, you know what, he's not gonna really notice that I was back here again. So, you know, I was like, oh well, like I'll just come back here. I'll just put the dresser in the fire and then, you know, get ready, and when everybody comes over, you know, it'll already be back here and that sort of thing, right? So I came back here. I backed up to the fire pit, threw the dresser in the fire pit. Didn't really think anything of it because it had rained the night before and the day before. And as far as the landlord goes, I didn't want him knowing that I was driving on the lawn a whole lot, you know. So I was trying to limit the amount of driving that I was doing on the yard. And so I was like, you know what, I'll just leave the truck back here. And I didn't really think anything of it at the time, you know. And so I went down to the house. I finished doing a couple things, maybe 10-15 minutes. I was about to jump in the shower and dude knocks on my door, rings the doorbell. I answer the door and he's like, do you have a truck out back? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you know that it's on fire right now? And I was like, what? On fire? And he's like, and then it just like kind of like, it took me a second to process it, and then I got to thinking, I was like, you know what, like I backed it up to the fire, you know, maybe it is my truck back there, you know, because I was like, didn't even think anything of it, right, you know. So I'm like in panic mode. I ran out my door, ran up to back, you can kind of see back there, over there in the corner. That's kind of where the driveway is. I ran up to the driveway where you could see all the way up here to the fire pit that's right on the other side of me that you guys can't see. And I saw it and I was like, wow. And like all you could hear is like explosions, and the thing was just burst in flames and there was nothing I could do. So I just kind of sat there and like panic ran around in circles doing nothing, you know, for like, I think it was like a minute that I just like, oh, what do I do, you know? And then I called 911 and thankfully thankfully or not thankfully, I mean, the truck's not around anything, so it didn't really hurt anything or do anything terrible. But I live like 2 minutes from the fire station, so I called them up and then like I literally could hear the sirens turn on. That's how close I am to the fire department. So yeah, I called them, they came over and put it out. Sick. Well, I guess that's the way she goes, boys. So I guess I'll show you guys what's left of the truck and all of this. So I mean, I'm just like in awe, you know. It's like, wow, like this is actually what happened, you know. I'm staring at my truck that is basically no longer, you know. It's like, it sucks, but is what it is, I guess. That was what the explosions were that I was hearing. But here's the truck. So it's all, bed's all warped. And yeah, she's not looking good. But I wish you guys could smell it, because the smell of it just, it's like a nightmare, man. It's just like, wow, you know. So what once was is no longer. So the engine's still pretty good. Pretty much untouched up here, so I mean, that's all good. They cut the battery cables obviously, but yeah, I mean, it's just wild. I just can't believe this has happened. It's like, it rained last night, so plus they like pressure washed the inside of it basically. So yep, this is my truck. So just crazy, man. It's really just crazy. I mean, it just smells awful. It's so bad. Like, the smell of it is terrible. So I guess that's my truck now. So yeah, moving forward, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I don't know. It's just so depressing seeing this right here. So I called insurance, they set up a claim, they're gonna come pick it up on Monday, and we're basically gonna go from there. It's about to go bye-bye.
2 weeks later.
Dude, so we're heading to get a new truck. I just looked at the pictures online and kind of debated coming out here and looking at it. It's in Bend, Oregon, so it's about a 6 to 7 hour drive from where I live. And yeah, we're gonna check it out, see if it's good. If it's good, we're gonna drive it home. So I picked up the truck. It's sitting right there. I'll show you guys in a minute. Damn, that crew cab dually. So I got the truck. I ended up getting this. It's a 99 F350 crew cab dually long bed, and 7.3. It's, you know, it's got the 410 gears, which actually makes it a whole lot better than the 373s. I was actually surprised at how much better it pulled the pass. We looked at this in Redmond, Oregon, and yeah, I don't know, it did flawlessly all the way over to Portland, and then from Portland we're headed back to my house, which is towards Seattle. And I don't know, the truck's just been great so far. It's kind of got like a bell housing, like torque converter rattle to it, but from what I read, it's a very common issue with the 99s, and it just makes rattle. It just makes a rattle noise. That's it. They fixed it in the later years. Because this is a pre-99, it's just older. There's a bunch of older parts on this truck, but I kind of wanted to stick with the 99.5 just because there's so many things that are different, and being that I have the other truck still, I did buy it back. It would have been $600 more if I decided to let them keep the truck. So that was kind of a no-brainer, being that there's a good 7.3 in the truck. This truck right here has 208. It's like 999 right now, just about 209,000. I don't know. I'm just on the way home now. I figured I'd give you guys a little update on me actually purchasing the truck the day of. Yeah, I'll probably throw in some clips of like to walk around and, you know, what I bought and what it ended up with. So this is how I ended up with a new truck, you know, crew cab dually. All right, guys. So here's the truck, and here's the other truck. So, do a little walk around on this. It's the full Lariat, it's the two-tone. This is, I don't know what it actually looks like on camera, but it's like a burnt orange. Really like the color. I didn't at first, but the two-tone with the orange, burnt orange, it just grows on me every time I look at it. So I did a few things to it so far. I put new cab lights on there, LEDs. Put my headlights from the black truck in here in the corners. I did LEDs here, LED headlight. It's another 7.3. It's like I said, it's the Lariat. I put the toolbox in this. I actually found a super good deal in Marysville, which is really close to where I'm at. $300 bucks for that thing. So it's a ProTech. They like list is like, I think it's like $1,200 or some nonsense. Maybe it's like $800. I don't know. It's a lot of money for a toolbox, but I ended up getting it secondhand. And all I need to really do is polish it back up and it'll be good. It is a 1999 F350, so it's 21 years old. So I mean, there's parts where it shows its age. I don't know, I'm happy with it so far. I mean, she hasn't let me down. She towed that truck, which was 11,000 pounds, and she did no problem. It's completely stock 7.3, pre-99 7.3, same as that one over there, both identical years. So opening it up, it is a Lariat, so it has the nice interior. This seat is seen better days. This is the worst seat out of them all. That seat, it looks like it was refinished at one point. That's why it's like mismatched. I'll probably end up redoing all of the interior. You can see the sides are just shot on this seat. Yeah, I don't know. Moving on to the back. Looks like they kind of had a dog. At some point, one of the owners had a dog in the back. Kind of scratched up this. I want to replace the radio as well. That's stock from '99, so need to do that. I want to get gauges along the pillar there. So the reason behind getting the dually was I wanted the 410 gears. I think the dually will do a lot better under wind conditions and just around turns and stuff like that. I can't even imagine pulling like 10,000 pounds with a 373 truck. The 410s are just amazing. Like, just from driving it as much as I have. I've had the truck for I think 3 weeks now, and it's done great. I haven't had any issues with it. I brought it back and I did an oil change and service right when I got it. You know, fuel filter, air filter, all of the deals. So, I mean, hopefully it treats me well. I got a whole nother transmission, engine, drivetrain, all of it's good to go. So, none of that got messed up in the wreck, or in the fire, I should say. It's all good. So, and everything will bolt right onto this truck. So, let me know what you guys think about the crew cab dually. Yeah. So basically what's gonna happen to this thing is I'm gonna strip it down. If you guys need any parts, I'm going to take the fenders, the hood, the grill, the bumper, the headlights, all of that off. I'm gonna take everything out of the interior, throw it all out, pull the cab off, or maybe even just leave all the crap in there and pull the cab off. Yard the engine, transfer case out. I'm gonna see if anybody wants to buy the rolling chassis after I get that far. So if you guys want anything or are interested in anything as far as other than the transmission, basically, hit me up.